You've tried everything: the special diets, the gut healing supplements, medications, and endless therapies. Yet, your child is still struggling. Digestive issues that won't go away, anxiety that keeps them and you up at night, focus and behavioral challenge that make everyday life a battle. This is not your fault, parents. You've done everything right that you've learned. But there's a critical piece of the puzzle that nearly every doctor, even natural and holistic ones, continue to overlook. Right now, we're in the middle of a massive pediatric health crisis. Autism now affects 1 in 31 children, and over 1 million new ADHD diagnoses were added in just the last few years. But there's still something that nobody's talking about. Behind so many of these skyrocketing struggles is a single powerful and often ignored nerve, the vagus nerve. This is where the master nerve pathway is stuck in stress mode and it's not functioning properly. It throws the entire nervous system out of whack, and your child's health, it's chaotic. This video is all about this. It's made for parents who are exhausted, overwhelmed, and out of options. Parents who have gone down every rabbit hole, searched for every blog, tried every single diet and detox out there, and yet still have not found answers that actually lead to true healing. What you're about to learn could change everything, and it's going to set you on a path towards true health and awareness. You're going to learn exactly how the vagus nerve works and how the master control center of the body is set up. How stress, birth trauma, and subluxation just suppress and shut it down. And how neurologically focused chiropractic care can safely and naturally restore its function without drugs or invasive interventions. This video is for you exhausted, frustrated parents who have gone down every endless rabbit hole trying to find what's going on with your child's chronic health condition, their behavioral or developmental conditions, but have not found lasting solutions despite trying every conventional medication, every natural remedy, or even both. I'm going to reveal to you how this vagus nerve is designed. It's truly the body's master control center. It impacts nearly every aspect of your child's health, whether it's going to be dysfunctional or set up disarranged. It's most importantly how neurologically focused care can restore its proper function without drugs or other invasive procedures. You're going to learn why addressing this missing link could be the breakthrough that you're searching for when all of the approaches have failed. The statistics around children's health today are truly alarming. Beyond the 1 in 31 autism rate, chronic health conditions now affect almost 40% of children in the United States, and this is according to the CDC data. What we're seeing clinically in practice is a generation of children whose nervous systems are chronically stuck in this fight or flight mode. Their bodies are in a constant state of stress response, which severely impacts the way that the vagus nerve functions. The primary pathway of the sympathetic reset, digest, and heal of the nervous system. When this critical nerve does not function properly, it creates a cascade and the perfect storm of events throughout the body, from compromised digestion to immune function to difficulties with emotional regulation and behavior. What frustrates parents the most is realizing that conventional doctors rarely even look at the vagus nerve function. Instead, they hand out different prescriptions for every symptom and condition, never addressing the real root cause that ties them all together. So let's jump right in. And first, let's understand what the vagus nerve actually is. The vagus nerve is the longest, most complex, and most important of the 12 individual cranial nerves. It extends from the brainstem throughout the neck, and it goes to the chest and the abdomen. It connects your child's brain and vital organs, which include the heart, the lungs, the liver, the digestive system, the immune system, and so much more. Its main component is the parasympathetic nervous system, which is often called the rest, regulate, and digest system, which, if it counterbalances this sympathetic fight or flight system that really most kids today get stuck in. The vagus nerve dysfunction impacts your child's health and overall development because the vagus nerve is actually a key component of nervous system regulation. And the nervous system controls and coordinates every other system of the body. The vagus nerve dysfunction can lead to problems with the following. It can lead with an impaired digestive mobility, a disrupted gut function, indigestion, constipation, and countless other gut issues, including a weakened havoc on the gut and brain connection. Because again, this nerve controls the organ function. Suppression of the immune system can also occur with the body's inability to control and regulate inflammation throughout the body. And when inflammation runs unchecked, it contributes to all other sorts of chronic health challenges. There's also this social, emotional, and behavioral well-being that is often controlled and regulated by the vagus nerve tone, meaning that it's disrupted and dysfunctional behavioral problems, including anxiety and other mental health or mental emotional disorders, can set in with dysfunction of this particular nerve. Through its impact on heart rate variability and respiratory patterns, the vagus nerve dysfunction can lead to your child's ability to calm themselves, to regulate their response to stress, and manifesting things like anxiety, panic attacks, or emotional outbursts. All of these symptoms are really traced back to a larger problem. The perfect storm that creates vagus nerve dysfunction in children is all too common that I observe, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you more about this perfect storm. Vagus nerve problems often begin when pregnancy, and this is a maternal stress hormone that crosses the placenta and affects the developing nervous system for the child. It suppresses and alters the development of the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system before the child's even born. Birth interventions like C-sections or forceps deliveries, vacuum extractions can create physical trauma to the delicate upper neck and brainstem region where the vagus nerve originates. And that's going to directly impact its function as that child grows. Early childhood stressors, including antibiotics used early in life, environmental toxins, emotional trauma, these things can cause and contribute. They can be a foundation of these effects. It overwhelms the developing nervous system and it further compromises vagal function. When these factors combine, they create this neurological dysfunction, and subluxation in the upper neck and brainstem regions disrupts the critical communication between the brain, the vagus nerve, and the rest of the entire body. We can measure vagus nerve function with the Insight scans. At Maximize Chiropractic, we use advanced technology called the Neurological Insight scans. And it's a technology that allows us to objectively assess your child's nervous system, including the vagus nerve function. These non-invasive scans mean that you can measure heart rate variability, and it directly controlled by the vagus nerve, and is considered one of the most reliable biomarkers of vagal tone and function. With this objective data, we can identify specific patterns of vagus nerve dysfunction within your child's body, and then we can create a personalized care plan which is designed to restore proper function. Let's go ahead and pull up an HRV scan just to go over what it actually looks like. All right, so we have an HRV scan pulled up here, and actually we've got 3 scans because the first scan that you're going to see here on your left, this scan was initially performed at the beginning of care, meaning before a child ever gets adjusted, we run these scans to understand where neurological interference occurs. Now, what you're going to see here is on the left side, we have the activity of the autonomic nervous system, 0 to 100. Inside the autonomic nervous system, as discussed, we have sympathetic, which is fight or flight, parasympathetic, which is rest, digest, and restore. This little dot right here shows where this individual showed up first. And in a zone 3, it's a quadrant that shows lower than desirable activity levels because the goal is to reside here clinically within zone 5, which is the green zone. Down here, the body also shows a predominance in sympathetic function. So that parasympathetic nervous system is no longer functioning or performing. Now, if we look at another set of scans, which if we look at the set of scans, we're talking about 5 weeks and some change over the course of time. Now, with this, that is under neurologically focused chiropractic care. Those adjustments help to reset and balance the autonomic nervous system. Now, at this reassessment here, we see an increase in the autonomic activity. And secondly, we see an improvement in the balance of how that sympathetic nervous system is being regulated. This third scan over here is taken again around 30-45 days later, and again, increase in activity, increase in balance. These scans show and confirm that the nervous system is not only performing better, but is being more balanced. And in a more balanced state, the body can do its job, which is adapt to stress and actually heal itself. If your child is stuck in a stressed out mode and struggling with focus, digestion, sleep, sensory issues, behavioral or emotional regulation challenges, or anything else that you can't quite find the key to, it's time to stop guessing and start testing. Our neurological insight scans and HRV technology can show how well their vagus nerve is functioning and whether or not their nervous system is in a state of balance, or if it's stuck in fight or flight and totally out of whack. Click on the link in the bio below to learn more if you're ready to schedule your child's nervous system evaluation today and finally get answers that can lead to true healing.